Hey, this is Dance Man Robin here. We're going to do a little review of our two-step intensive, our country two-step intensive. And the difference in today's lesson and most of our lessons is we usually only have an hour. And so you can't really get into all of those little details, the little golden nuggets that really can make a difference. We try to, but we don't always get to all of these that we're going to hopefully get to today. So let's start with something that, again, we talk about on occasion, but we don't get into the depth of it. And that is the rhythm and the music that we dance two-step to. The music we dance two-step to is 4/4 music. So you're going to take 4 weight shifts in 6 beats of music, which means you're going to step on the 1 and the 2 and the 3. And your 3 weight shift is going to body flight through 4. You're going to weight shift on 5, and you're going to body flight through 6. So you're really stepping 1, 2, 3, holding on 4, 5 you step, and you're holding through 6. So if you looked at it from a really high-level music standpoint, you're going to step on a single beat. Your next step is actually going to hold through 2 beats of music, and your next 2 are going to be holding through 2 beats of music. So one of the most important things for the development of your two-step is to be able to control your body flight, how you transfer your weight on each of those musicalities. So I literally step on the 1 and the 2 and the 3, but I don't want to transfer my weight as fast on the 3 into the 4 as I do on the 1 and 2. When I step on the 5, I don't transfer my weight as fast as I do on the 1, 2. So what I just said was, because it took me a lot of times and I got to hear this over and over again to make any sense, is I'm literally going to step 1, 2, 3, and my body is not going to heavy weight on the 3. It's going to transfer weight slower on the 3 because I'm using the whole 4 beat. So I'm going to show you just a quick what that means. I'm going to step forward 1, 2, 3, and as I'm transferring my weight over, I'm holding through the 4. I'm going to step on the 5, and I'm going to hold that transfer weight through the 6. Okay? So
do that one more time.
I'm going to do that one more time. I'm doing the lead part, so I'm going to step forward on my left 1, my right 2, my left 3, but I'm going to transfer my weight through the 4. I'm going to strike on the 5, and I'm going to transfer the weight on the 6. So when we say quick, quick, we mean 1, 2. When we say slow, we mean 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're using 1 beat, 2 beats, and 2 beats, and that's how we get the concept of quick, quick, slow, slow. So, talking about body flight, when we move forward anatomically, we're going to strike with our heel, and we're going to roll our weight onto the ball of the foot and then onto the big toe to transfer to the other foot. We bend, we take the other foot, we strike with the heel, we roll to the ball of the foot and then extend through the big toe. And so it's really important as you learn to dance and you develop your dance, you don't strike really heavy and transfer your weight very quick. You strike and you roll that weight slower over that foot. You strike and you roll that weight slower over that foot. And then when you start really developing the rhythm of quick, quick, slow, slow, it's how you can strike and roll through the quick, strike and roll through the quick. When you get to the slow, you're going to strike and you're going to even slow that weight transfer down a little bit more. When you strike the other slow, you're going to transfer that weight even slow again. And that's what we have to really work hard on to develop in the two-step. That's the lead going forward. That's the follow going forward. But the follows, I will even turn around, usually get to go backwards. And part of my message to the leaders was, don't make the follows go backwards all the time. Learn how to rotate the partnership and go backwards yourself. But when we go backwards, we're going to reach back with the ball of the foot. We're going to roll to the heel without really getting back on our heel. With body parts aren't going to be behind the heel. We're going to go ball to heel, and again, we're going to roll that weight. We're going to go ball to heel. And what I want to do is I want to control my body flight. I never want my hips and shoulders to get behind my heel. So I would like to, again, reach back, project my body backwards, reach back, project my body backwards. Anytime I'm going backwards, doesn't matter lead or follow, it's the same mechanical movement. I also ask the leaders, don't ever make the follow take large steps, because then they're trying to do this long stride thing, which is really hard on anybody. So always take shorter steps, control your body flight. Okay, So we talked about the music and the 4 weight shifts, 6 beats of music. We've talked about how our body moves forward and backwards. We want to make sure those are things we develop. That's what we don't get a chance to do in our normal beginning 2-step, beyond beginning 2-step classes. Okay? So the next thing we want to talk about is a little bit about our frame and connection. So as a leader, let me do one more thing. I had somebody many times ask me, do we start on the slow, or the quick, and the answer is always yes. Okay? So what I would like to do as a leader is when I get in my frame with my partner is I'd like to start swaying left, right, and it's just moving our bodies, not bending and doing that, but I'm literally going to go 1, 2, 3, and on 4 I'm going to load up that leg. I'm going to start with a little bit of forward pitch, and I'm going to start to go on my quick. So I'm really starting it on rhythm on the slows, but I'm going to get a slight forward pitch to my body, and I'm going to start on the quick. Okay? So whichever way you look at that, I'm starting on the slow, or I'm starting on the quick, you're right. Okay? But I'm going to start with, once I get onto my right side and follows left, I'm going to start with just a slight pitch, because we don't really walk with our body straight up. We don't dance that way. I'm going to start slight pitch forward, and that's when I'm going to start moving. My body is what's going to move, not my arms. So, in frame, this hand is going to be, again, I'm going to strike their thigh right, or their tricep right here, and then I'm going to roll my hand around their shoulder blade. I don't just reach around. I usually contact the tricep. I roll my hand around. Believe it or not, I'm going to spread my fingers. But when I spread my fingers, I'm not going to ever contact with my fingertips. I'm going to strike with these 2 parts of my finger and a little bit into my palm. And I can also do a little bit of controlling of movement that way. But I don't necessarily like to do this like lots of people teach. I want to spread my fingers so I've got some surface area, but I never lead with the fingertips. Okay? That's what stops the follow from getting away from me. This hand over here is just going to do a little bit of steering. It does a little bit of directing. I get a good compression in there, just like the follow compresses into my hand. As the follow, I want this shoulder to settle into that hand a little bit, and I want to project myself backwards. I don't want to feel like the leader's ever pushing me. I want to make sure that when I step back with the ball and roll the heel, I'm moving my body flight. What they're doing is directing it. They're trying to keep me on time, but I'm the one that's moving my body. The lead leads, the follow follows, but they both have to be moving their bodies down. So again, I'm framing up here. I'm trying to keep posture, but I got just a slight pitch as I start, and then we move into our forward motion. If I'm going to move the partner to the outside, I'm going to move my right foot. I'm going to turn my upper body, open my shoulder slightly, and that's where we go to promenade. I don't push the lady over. I open to promenade by opening my foot and opening my upper body, okay, which is part of what our lesson was today. So if I can borrow Michelle, I'm going to go that direction for now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make a nice swivel joint with this, and it's going to be about shoulder height. It could get as high as the follow's nose, depending on the height of both of us. I'm tall, I'm 6'4", so it depends on the height of my partner. But usually I'm going to be about shoulder height, maybe nose height of my partner. Okay? Again, I'm going to take this hand, I'm going to kind of touch the tricep, and then I'm going to put my hand on the shoulder blade. I don't want to go any farther than that. I don't want to go over to the spine unless there's some kind of special lead that I'm going to do. I need the follow to take their hand and put it somewhere between the seam of my shirt and maybe down. Again, this is all determined by height of the partner, etc., etc. So, what I said is I want my follow to get a little bit of compression into my hand so I feel like she's moving away. I want this hand to be our shock absorber, so if I start to move, that movement will allow us to move as a partnership. Okay? Coming back. Let me do it this way. As we line up, just kind of connecting here, my left foot is going to be slightly to the inside of my follow, so if I start without her, I'm going to just brush against her foot. Okay? So my feet are slightly tracked off here. We both want to stay in a track that's about this wide. We never want to do this, which is called double tracking. It doesn't look good as a lead or a follow. Okay? So we're not going to walk in a single line, but we want to stay fairly close. Alright? So again, this hand, I've got my follow getting some compression into it because she's going to be moving herself. Sorry, they are going to move themselves. This hand works as a shock absorber, so when I go, I'm releasing a little bit back there, and they're compressing into it. They're also using this shock absorber, so we have several mechanisms here that allow us to move in unison, so we never get under each other's feet. Okay? So, what we did from here is we just started our forward movement. We went quick, quick, slow, slow. Starting again. I hear the music and it's going 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to go sway, 2, 3. We're ready to go. I start with just a little bit of forward motion. And by setting that rhythm of going 1, 2, 3, 4, the follow already knows the rhythm that we're going to be going to. So facing you this direction, the music's saying 1, 2, 3. We get ready to go on 4 and we go quick, quick, slow, slow. Now you notice there wasn't anything bending from the spine. Everything was just swaying our motion, kind of just moving over the feet. Okay? Thank you for now. Let me check my notes real quick because this is a lot. We've talked about how the body moves. We've talked about rhythm and timing. We talked about body flight. We talked about the lead, the follow. We talked about frame and connection. So the last thing that I want to cover, let me borrow you one more time now that I got that, is how we move the body. And I already gave you a little bit of that. When I'm going to move her out of my path, I'm going to go quick, quick, slow, and I'm going to open my body up to that side. Okay, give me just a second. So when we lead, I'll go back even one more step because this is all big stuff. Nothing about this has anything to do with the leader. The leader just leads. What it has to do with is what is the follow's footwork, where is the weight on the follow, where is their weight shift. So the follow is going back and they're going back right, left with a quick, quick, slow rhythm. So if I want to move them to that side, it's going to be on the availability of that foot. So if they go back 1, 2, I need to move them on that foot. Did I start with the correct foot? I think I did. So I'm going 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to move her. In this case, I'm going to move her left. So it would be on this foot, I would be going 1, 2, 3. It's a progressive dance, which means we're always moving that way, so she wouldn't go perpendicular, she would go diagonal. All right? So again, for me as the leader, I'm going to move her on the quick, quick, slow. That's where I'm going to move her, so it's again appropriate with her footwork, because it is all about the follow's footwork. All right? Anytime we're going to pass each other, so in this case, I'll go towards you again. As I go quick, quick, slow, and I move her over, I'm going to pass her. In order to do that, she needs to not be going progressive, so that's where she's going to step together. When I go by her, and then I'm going to bring her by me, I need to step together. So in this case, the follow is going to go quick, quick, slow, move it over, step together, open to go. So if I could, am I far enough to go back for you? So I'm going to go quick, quick, slow. I move her over, step together, forward, forward. And I want to make sure, I'll do it one more time now as the leader. I want to make sure, I'll go with my old rule, if you do it and it feels uncomfortable, you probably did it wrong. Okay? So just showing you this wrong for a minute. If I went quick, quick, and I moved her over, and I went quick and I stepped behind, it already feels awkward. So it's really important when I pass my follow, I go forward, forward. Quick, quick, slow, I move her over, I'm going forward, forward, step, turn around, go back. Why I went back is because it's progressive. So what we did is we did this action, which was how we rotated. Now I can exit her on my left or on my right, never at the same time, but we're going to do the left first. So again, for me, I go back 1, 2, 3. I'm going to move myself over here. Why am I going diagonal? Because it's progressive. She's going to pass me, so I'm going to go step together. Okay? So exiting on the left, I go quick, quick, slow, I move her over. Quick, quick, slow, and I go by. I let her go by. Sorry, I said that backwards. She went by. My follow. Okay? So I'm going back, back, back to the side, step together, open, turn around. Okay? This was the last part of our lesson. To exit on my right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here. So when I go 1, 2, I'm going to step to the side on 3. What do I know when she's going to, my follow, I keep saying she, I need to say they. I'm going to step together, open. Really important that you do that. So now when I go 1, 2, 3, together, quick, quick, slow, slow. All right, let me bail you out for one more second. Just had knee surgery, so I'm going to try this, but I don't know how well I can do it. In our turning technique, what I would like to do is as I open up here, I'd like to pivot on the foot that's on the ground and pivot all the way around. I really can't do that right now. Then as I'm here, I'm going to pivot on that foot again. And if I'm just doing half-half turns, which is one of the elements, when I start to go, I'm just going to cover half a turn, and half a turn, and half a turn. In this case, we're going backwards. So as we go back quick, quick, slow, we're planting on the left. We're going to open up and turn there. It should be about shoulder width. I'm going to turn again about shoulder width and then go backwards. Couldn't turn very well on that. So what we did in this last move, I'm just going to do the last half, is we did an exit right with an outside turn. So we went quick, quick, slow. We prepped there. Quick, quick, slow to close. So what we did is I'm going to do the whole thing going this way so you see it all. This will be the last of it. We're going 1, 2, 3. I move her over. I go quick, quick, slow going forward. Quick, quick, side open up. Quick, quick, slow. I have my follow turn. Okay? I believe that's all that we did. But again, watch this a couple times. Think about the little details because again, we don't get to cover all these details very often. But in an intensive, we want it to be intense. Thank you.